rave scene has been alive and well in the desert, but it's now starting to get to a place where a lot of raves can happen legally.
Dig me out and fill the hole. Tear me apart.
You're looking at a large amount of people. You're looking at underage drinking, drugs, the noise of disturbance of the area around them, and stuff like that. And that's what normally becomes a problem for those. Is just basically what happens at regular parties times 10 because they're so big.
One thing that definitely gets people worried is drug overdoses. There's often cases of people sneaking in drugs and overdosing at raves. It happens, and it's unfortunate. But we do the best we can. We have a pretty good security team. They normally catch people before things end up getting to a point where someone gets hurt.
I would always prefer none at all. I mean, I don't trust officers, I don't trust them around my patrons, and I don't trust that they bring anything to the table other than, you know, fear of them intervening unnecessarily.
The only time you're going to see more cops around there is when the numbers get too big. I haven't dealt with many raves, but I assume if you get a large enough venue and it can hold that many people without disturbing anyone, you're still going to have some police presence, only because we'd be looked at differently if we didn't pay some attention and some concern into a large gathering that big.
So the city really works with us on all of the things we do, and we work with them too. If they require that we don't do specific things, we don't do it because we don't want to damage the relationship we have with them. They require us to have police officers present at many of our events, if not all, and especially on EDM events, there's always police officers here. But they seem to like the way we handle things, so we've never had a problem where the police were saying something negative about what we were doing.
It's not a concern now because we haven't heard a lot about it. If they start forming, and we have a lot more of them, they'll definitely be a concern, and it'll all kind of. We won't necessarily say no to them, but what will happen is it'll kind of go with the flow. If we have a rave and we have our police presence and nothing happens, then it might flow smoothly. What'll happen? What could go wrong with that is when we have the wrong people. We start getting underage arrests, underage drinking arrest, drug arrest, and not to say that anything about raves, but when we have large parties, a lot of times we have shootings or we have fights. When we start having disturbances like that, that's when we'll start cracking down on the raves, just as we do any other party. And normally, even with parties, we don't crack down on them, but when there is one and we respond to it, we make sure that it ends.